1252 800 296 1252.
Hi.
Uncommon news talk with only half the bias. That's what she said with Jennifer Torres.
Good morning. I am Jennifer Torres, and this is That's What She Said, where we talk about everything that matters to me, because the show is That's What She Said, not That's What You Said or that what they said. It's That's What She Said, and she is me, and I'm going to talk about it. I'm not really like that. But if you want to find out more about me and what I'm really like, you can go to mojo50.com. That's a lie. They really don't say much about me there. With good reason, probably. I mean, I don't blame them. But whenever you are on the mojo50.com, you register there for free. So you sign up for free, and then you have access to Mojo TV. Guess what? I'm on Mojo TV right now, live. So if you're listening to me streaming, thank you. But go ahead, check it out. It's not that bad. Got a little bit of cleavage today, and I'm trying to hide it. Use your imaginations. That's just be smart. Use your imagination. So, other things that you can do to get in touch with me. And I do enjoy wasting a large portion of my show on stuff like this. So it's not wasting, but that's what people have said. Jen, you need more than an hour because you waste so much of your show talking about advertisers and how to get in touch with you. You know what? That is by design. Ladies and gentlemen, I am wasting time. But really, if you can't read the screen right now and you're not on Facebook or you're not on Mojo TV, you can reach out to me at my email address, jen@uncommontalkradio.com, and that's the way to get in touch with me if you want to tell me how awesome I look, you love my dress, you love my earrings, or that you have a business, a small business or charity that needs to be heard on Building America. Loving bringing back this segment, something that was around from the beginning of the Mojo 50 network, Building America, donating time on the station to talk to business owners about their passion, about their new business, and why they decided to become an entrepreneur. That's a beautiful thing. You can, let's see, you're probably listening to me on the iHearts. That's where most of our hits are. You know, we're on Spreaker. My podcast now on iHeart. So let your friends know if they missed the show, if they had to work or they were sleeping or something really important was happening. And I can't honestly think of any good reason to miss the show live. But if they do miss the show live, they can go to iHeart now, look up the That's What She Said podcast. Also, I'm on Facebook. I'm Jennifer Torres, and That's What She Said. I need likes. Give me thumbs up. That's what she said. And I'm on Parler. And I'm on Twitter. On Parler, I am It's Time for the Percolator. On Twitter, Al Percolo, and at TWSS on Mojo 50. And then on MeWe. Currently our favorite non-Facebook platform, where you go in, you create a profile, you can be anybody you want to be, you can call yourself anything you want to call yourself, nobody's going to censor you, and you go into groups. You find groups of like-minded people. One group of like-minded people might be the Mojo 50 chat room, in which case, be careful. For libertarians, there's some people get a little butthurty in there, and you know who you are. There's a cream for that. And then you can go into my room, which is That's What She Said. See? How simple it all is, how it all fits together. Other rooms that you can join, find, chat with. Watson doesn't have a room in there. But, that guy from American Canuck, he's got a room in there. Rocky Stucci's got a room in there. The crazy people from Whiskey 6. Off track. So off track. Okay. This segment brought to you by, and I tend to slip up on these things because I'm excited. I want to get on to the things that I want to talk about, but let's go ahead and let's get into it. So let's talk about our combat flip-flops, because I have to give much respect to our veteran-owned business. So if we're talking about helping build small business in America, I got to talk about these guys, and they've been with the network since the beginning. So we absolutely love them. So combatflipflops.com, they have products where they go into war-torn nations and they help them build businesses. They help them create products using local resources, and it helps create jobs and opportunity. And they also give back to those nations. One of the things is if you purchase the Flipflops, a portion of the proceeds goes towards sending a young girl to school in Afghanistan. That is a beautiful thing to do. One of the T-shirts that my boys love, because it's a school thing. This is something that the school would allow. It's the "Drop Tacos, Not Bombs" T-shirt. Love that shirt. Great price. And then in addition to that, you can use my promo code SENSE25 SENSE25 to get an additional 25% off of your first purchase at combatflipflops.com. Now, yesterday I boo-booed and I was in such a hurry to talk about what I was going to talk about that I forgot to mention my Trek Federation and my Russ. They are mine. They are mine. You go to trekfederation.com. Again, another tropical storm has hit Puerto Rico. We've got another hurricane that's developed. Lorenzo. Sounds quite sexy. Hey, Lorenzo, come on over and blow me. It is a, but that's got at the Trek Federation. They're probably not really happy about me talking about them. They take all of the support that you give them and use it toward helping people around the world with disaster relief. So just pop on the site. I mean, if anything, if you're a Star Trek fan, it's got links to Odyssey Radio, our sister network. That's all things sci-fi and awesome. And then it's also they sell like Star Trek memorabilia and stuff. You can get little insignias. It's great. They're good people and doing things the right way, not wasting a bunch of money on overhead instead of giving it to the people who need it most. So I prefer giving that way than to the big guys that you see on all the commercials. I'm just saying. Okay, so going from talking about Trump derangement syndrome to talking about eco-anxiety. Now, I see a pattern here. People are anxious. People are getting worked up. People are frustrated. People are emotionally breaking down and losing their minds, and especially here in the West. And I blame diet. I had somebody that got upset with me. It's like, oh, everybody's all messed up and you're blaming it on soy. Well, you know what? It's not just soy's fault. It's the Western diet. It's what we've been doing. And when I say Western diet, that includes an inundation of broad spectrum antibiotics and NSAIDs. Damage that we've been doing to ourselves that we didn't know that we were doing, that has given probably 100% of people who live in the United States some degree of a leaky gut, which leads to the foods that we eat that before would never have harmed us, because what's going on the inside of our tummies and intestines is never meant to get through into our body. That's not meant to work that way. But then we get a leak, and things that, like little pieces of bacteria that break off, and things in the food that it was never supposed to get there. And then the next thing you know, it's getting in there and it's causing all this illness, and it's also going to our brains. It's affecting us. It's affecting our emotions. I saw a cute video, and I know some people are going to get upset. It was Will Smith. He has this Red Table series, which I have never watched. You know, they got people like Chelsea Handler and stuff like that on the show. I'm not going to watch it. These are people that I don't like. I don't need to have them talking about their political points and, what they think about all these things that, again, they're so completely out of touch. But Will Smith is someone that, while you don't necessarily need to take him seriously, years ago, do you remember The Secret, when The Secret came out? And I know this is about 50-50 with The Secret. There are people who believe completely that the way we think and speak and act in our lives comes back to us. But then there are plenty of people who think, A, either it's Satan worship, it's crazy talk, that's not how the universe works. I'm a good person and say positive things all the time, and I just got a letter from my mortgage company. You know, how did that bad thing happen to me whenever I'm such a good person? Yeah, no. You're not as hot as you think you are. But I truly believe, and there's now science to prove. I've mentioned before the scientist, he's a physicist, Nassim Haramein. Oh, what a crazy guy. When you listen to him speak, it's like watching The Big Bang Theory. Fabulous. And he has mathematically proven the connected universe and the space in between the particles. So you've got your atoms, you know, we've got the space in the cells, you've got atoms connected to atoms, and there's all that space, and then the space between the neurons and the protons and the electrons, there's all that space. What's happening inside that space? And he's discovering and proving that what's happening inside that space is a transference of information. How everything truly, intergalactically, and on the smallest cellular level is connected. The proof is there. Now you say, well, Jen, you know, if you're a Christian, then blah, blah, blah. I'll tell you right now, I am a Christian. And there is nothing wrong with me understanding a little bit better how the Holy Spirit may be working in our lives. Okay? So when you talk about the secret, we have this connection, all of us. I believe that it is a piece of the puzzle. And Will Smith believed in the secret. Now look at how well this kid is done. Look at this cat. And he's just turned 50. So he has a round table. He sits his family down at his round table series to talk about diet. And I was impressed. I mean, he's got his son and his daughter there, his wife, another lady, I think it's like an aunt or something, and then a cousin. And he calls a family meeting and he wants to talk about diet. Now, as a black man in the United States who's 50 years old, apparently because of his quote-unquote genetics, his doctor told him he needed to start taking blood pressure medication. Now, he had been eating poorly, he had been feeling like crap, so he decided to fast, 10-day fasting. Now, fasting for normal people doesn't mean what you think it means. We're not talking like Gandhi fasting. We're not talking dying of starvation fasting. We're talking about just cutting it back to the cleanest and clearest and not eating solid foods as often, drinking clear liquids, juices and such. You've got to be really careful, no sugars, things like that. So fasting, and then there's also intermittent fasting, which is really effective for longevity if you're trying to heal. If you're trying to re-energize your body's ability to produce its own stem cells and activate those stem cells. Fasting and intermittent fasting, science now showing that's the best way to do that. What I didn't know is that I have been, quote unquote, intermittently fasting my entire life. You're either too busy or too broke to eat sometimes. It is what it is. I'm on a air diet. No, really, I eat just fine, trust and believe. Pooping fantastically, which is one of the things that I loved about this video, is that, and it came out September 23rd, so it's only a couple of days old, already been seen by 7.5 million people, and I'm hoping it's helpful specifically for the black community, and I hope Watson is listening right now, and maybe he'll check this out, talking about the fact that it's not your genetics. If you change your diet, if you change your way of life, you can change whether or not you're going to develop heart disease and diabetes and all these other things. You can. Absolutely. It's not a have-to situation. And I have a cousin of mine, love her very much, but she's dealing with lots of illnesses. She's getting ready to turn 69. And she's like, oh, but that's just the genetics. That's just the way the family is. That's just the way it happens. And I'm like, no, not at all. You can fight it. You can change it. You can be different. I don't have the same health conditions that my parents have, and I hope never to. My dad has terrible problems with his heart. I started having problems with my heart. I changed my diet. Guess what? My heart's just fine. My mother, hypertension and high blood pressure. Me, low blood pressure, doing great. Anyway, so it's a great video where they're talking about their diet habits and the way he was eating and not eating. When he started fasting, after about 3 days, he started having extremely scary low blood sugar and pulled himself, or low blood pressure, and pulled himself off of his blood pressure medications and started to feel normal. Most doctors would say, nay, don't do that. More when we come back.
Hi, I'm Bill Freitas. Are you in need of pro audio equipment?
I need it!
PA systems, compressors, mics, stands, speakers, custom cabinets, new and previously owned, with affordable payment options. We promise. You need Musitec. 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 Call and ask for Frank. With over 20 years experience in the Pro AV world, he can help you find the equipment you need. Visit us at musitec.net.